All right, I'm in Destin, Florida, and you guys have peer pressured me into going to see Conspiracy of Christ, the Conspiracy of Christ movie, because it's a dangerous film and we all have to see it or else they won't let the truth out. Yeah, and I'm driving to the AMC with my chicken truck, that's right. So the reason I'm not totally excited about Christspiracy is because of all the hype. And, I've never been one of those guys that wants to follow the crowd. So there's a little bit of that. So my bar of expectations is really low. Plus, I went to Catholic school. I feel like I know everything about Jesus that I'm going to learn. They forced me to read the Bible cover to cover. I'm one of the very few people who have actually read the whole damn thing. And I'm not really jazzed about seeing more Jesus stuff, like to contribute to the great delusion of Christianity. But I have an open mind. I'll probably love it more than the average person because I have such a low expectation.
They ask why do we destroy our planet?
Awesome. Have you seen Christspiracy yet?
Talked about colonialism. It's like someone put a curse on our species. They told me I seem different. I told them I only eat plants. I don't kill nobody if I can help it. They told me that's perfect cause it's only fruit allowed on the spaceship.
As I'm leaving Christspiracy, a guy comes up to me and says, "Wasn't that great?" He was the only other guy in the theater.
And
you heard about it on you heard about Christspiracy on offline media?
yeah, on a podcast. So and Rumble, and I
Really?
It's actually like MAGA thing. It's a Trump thing.
Oh, I know.
So it's some of those guys.
It's all like a free speech platform.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's wait, I heard it on the boxer who's now on the podcast
like a
Nino Rodriguez or whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah.
Right? I can't stand him because he always interrupts his people that he's interviewing.
So you heard about it on Rumble and you came out to see Christspiracy? That's amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I heard it today that I was actually calling people and I was like, you gotta come see
No
this.
shit.
Yeah. I actually went to, I live in Miramar Beach and I went to Destin Commons. For some reason, I thought it was there. And
I was hoping it was there because
it's not there. I went there and it's like, do you guys have this? No, it's over there. I'm like, shut. So that's why I was late.
Yeah.
But
I was hoping, because I'm staying over there. I'm doing I drive this chicken truck around that makes the sounds of dying chickens, and I go to chicken restaurants and yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
But,
okay. So all right. Full disclosure here.
Yeah.
I'm a taco guy.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. So
me too. I eat tacos all the time.
No. I cook tacos for people,
Mm.
and my pork, chicken, and steak are really good, but I do have a vegan option.
Yeah.
And so there's a the Vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with the restaurant
Only
Vibe?
a little bit. I'm not from here, but I've heard of it actually.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
So
Because
she's
I saw it on
completely
Happy
vegan.
Cow. Yeah, I saw it on
And I've
Happy
been
Cow.
talking to her, and now I'm like, after seeing this, it's like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm going vegan. Okay,
Fuck yeah.
You gotta help me switch over here.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Man, that is amazing.
No. I mean, because it all makes sense. It's like the missing fucking link, man.
Absolutely.
After seeing this, okay, this makes sense.
Yes.
Finally,
it's like 100%.
Shit.
Yeah, man. I mean, I went to Catholic school and stuff, and I remember saying, man, I'm more Christ-like. I've been vegan 20 years. And I'm like, I'm more Christ-like than all you Christians out here. What are you talking about? You guys are...
It just, look, it's like everything else. It's all MK Ultra. It's all we've been bamboozled.
Yep.
We've been fucked. Okay,
Absolutely.
Basically.
Uh-huh.
All right.
It's the one I've said for years. It's like the 1-2 punch of colonialism was, like the 1-2 punch. The left hand was religion. The right hand was diet. That's what they did. That's how they got people under their control. And now,
I mean, this all makes sense. It just, when I saw this, it's like, holy shit.
I'm so stoked to meet you, man, because like I deal with people all the time. There's like, no, look, people throw. I was at Buffalo Wild Wings over in what's that town over there? Panama City, at Panama City Beach. And the manager came out and tried to fight me, and almost
Well,
got in a
what were
fight
you
with the
eating
journalist.
there?
I was protesting.
Oh,
One man, yeah. and then he sent workers out to give me free chicken wings and things, and like, yeah. I mean, people don't want to hear the message, and I wasn't talking. I don't.
It's hard. You can't. I mean, that's a tough road.
Well,
I
the
mean,
thing is, I mean, I drive a truck.
God
The truck
bless
is
you.
parked. Yeah, I mean, you should see my truck. It looks like a live transport truck filled with chickens, but all the chickens are like look like what they actually look like, without the walls in the chicken truck.
dead.
Well, they're
dying or
torturing.
whatever.
Yeah. They're
Wow.
And then the sounds blast out.
Oh my God.
That's the triggering thing. They go nuts. They hear those chickens
Yeah.
dying, and we're making one. We're making one for pigs, and that's gonna, like, you ever hear pigs screaming to death? That's
Oh no, I can't. I mean, I was tearing up in this movie. I mean,
and that was light.
I know. But whatever. I mean, I'm just saying. Like for me, I mean, I get it, man.
Yeah.
I get it.
That was a good one, right? I mean, I thought.
So where do you live?
I'm from California, but I'm
I
traveling.
was raised there for. I
Really?
was there for 40 years.
What part?
man. 50. Northern.
Oh yeah, I went to college at Berkeley. So
Yeah, I was across the bay in Menlo Park,
Oh
Redwood
yeah,
City,
I've been
man.
up there. Yeah, I love it.
So
up there.
you're just hanging out here?
I've been in Florida. For the
This
best
is
part.
this Bible country.
Oh yeah, I've been
And
all
you
over.
know what?
I tour all over
You're
America.
probably more likely to convert here than you are in fucking California,
In
right?
California, the thing is, like,
I mean,
there-
Berkeley maybe is the exception because it's all like organic and all this
well,
stuff.
yeah, I mean, that's where I'm vegan. But honestly, in California, there's still battles to be won. Sonoma County is where that they showed that on here, the Sonoma County rescue, when they rescued those ducks and everything. That was Sonoma County. That's in California. Wayne Shung and all them, they're all facing terrorist charges for that action. That lady who said she was looking at 20 or 10 years, that lady was California.
Politically,
Mm.
is there anyone on our side here?
Here in Florida?
No. In the federal government.
In the federal government, there are actually. There's a couple. So I always say that it's not a political issue to be against slavery, and because, like, that shouldn't be a left or a right thing.
Right.
But it is true that Kucinich is vegan, Adam Schiff is vegan, Cory Booker is
Shifty
vegan.
Schiff?
Shifty
Oh
Schiff
my
is vegan.
God,
Mhm.
Jesus! I mean,
And-
I think that guy's like fucking evil.
A lot of people think that, but that's usually from the right. And I'm from California. I don't look at him that way. I think he's kind of like another politician. That's how I kind of. So even when he says I'm vegan, I'm always like, are you though? Because you're vegan.
See, I mean, so here's the thing for me. It's like, ever since Trump came down the escalator, I'm a registered Democrat.
Yeah.
Okay. And ever since he came down, I've been following him, and I was like,
Yeah, everyone has, huh?
what the hell's
like it or
going
not.
on with this guy? And I called it a long time ago. I said, he's going to win. I mean, look at the lines. This guy's like, he's going to win. And they was like, oh, no. He's like all the
Yeah.
media.
I was living
right?
in Vegas when that was going down, and it was.
And
2016.
so maybe it's in my heart, maybe it's something that I could be wrong about or whatever, but it's like, we're all looking for a leader,
Yeah.
a savior, a leader, whatever, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're looking for people to shake things up and have new ideas, and I
Right.
think that's what he promised. I don't think that's what he delivered, but I think that.
Well, I mean, so the swamp is deep.
Yeah.
It's worldwide. I mean, we just
Sure,
looked at stuff
exactly
in
right.
India and all over the place, right? You can't clean. I mean, if it was just the United States, he may have been able to do it in
If
4
that
years.
was the goal, I mean, but then it turned into a cash grab, like so many of them. And that's what they showed as well in this, is that people start these ideas of let's shake it up, let's bring it all down, and then what do? They bow down to the money. And that's what I think always happens. And that's something where it's not going to be changing at the levels of government like we're talking about. The change, just like they were saying in the film, it's all about us taking personal responsibility. For a party that always talks about personal responsibility, they don't really expect anybody to take responsibility, do they? And that's what I think where I'm at. I want people to start making connections like you just did, like it gives me goosebumps thinking about it, because like so many people, they refuse to make those connections. They refuse to even question.
My family's one of them. I mean, I've been alienated.
Like
because I'm the conspiracy theorist and all this stuff and all, but you know what? A lot of this shit is it's true. You know, after a while, there's look. I believe conspiracy theory. The term was created by the CIA.
To try to discount with conspiracy theories, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
so,
a lot of things.
And if you look at it, look back in the '60s, Woodstock, they were anti-government. They were like saying. They were fighting out in the street, right? And now look at the kids now. They're like, oh no, our government would never do that. Yeah. Oh no. They're, it's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I think we should be questioning authority at all times. That's why I always say question authority, question your programming, because look what they were showing. Yeah, that kid who shot that deer in the movie, he was just being programmed. That's what that was.
He was hurt. You could tell he was in pain.
Every farmer I ever met in my life, and every hunter I ever met in my life talks like that kid did about when their first kill was. And that Joel Saladin character, that regenerative farmer, I knew that guy. I know technically. I lived in Virginia and I lived right by that farm. I knew that guy, and he'd same thing where he's like, oh yeah, it's so friendly. Look at the pigs, and they run right up to you. I've been to that farm. I've met those pigs, and they run right up to you like dogs. And I was there, and I was there with a group.
And that's the funny thing. I was thinking about my dogs the whole time too.
Yeah, would you eat them?
No, shit, they fucking sleep with me.
Yeah.
We're like this all fucking night.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
If you had a pig, they'd be sleeping with you too. If you had a cow, they'd be doing the same thing.
Right.
That's what's
right.
Really sad
this is why it just kind of all like connected. It's like, okay, this is like, they don't, this has never been said before.
It has. Just hasn't been packaged like this. Very
right.
Well,
yeah. It to the public. It hasn't been. It's new to me.
Well, there's ones like this guy. This is actually the 4th film this guy's made. He did Cowspiracy.
Right. Well, okay. So there's 2 guys. So I heard not the Cowspiracy guy, the other guy.
Yeah.
Who met the cow guy, and then they made this
together,
film. Right. So and Cam basically says, I had nothing to do with these other, which I haven't seen. I'm not knocking anything, but I'm just saying that that was my introduction to the whole thing.
I love it. I think it's wonderful. I love that you got that introduction, because it's something that was powerful. Like, I've seen stuff like this before, and I felt moved, because so many times I was so grateful for having seen it, because so many times I've thought that way and been like, especially with Christians, sometimes the most close-minded people.
There's knowledge. Look, the whole thing, the beauty about this film is that it takes you through. It's a documentary. Yeah. It's not like, it's hearsay or like, this or that.
Yeah, they're talking
to
scholars.
Like they went there, they talked to them, they got it on, there's like substance to it. It's like, it's something I can go to my sister who's like in Bible study tonight on the West Coast and say, I called her earlier and I said, you got to go see this. I just heard about this. And even though it says, because the title is almost like, it says Antichrist, right?
But it's totally not.
It's a complete opposite.
Right.
And so during the interview that I heard today that got me here, I was like, no. Just remember, it's not it's pro-Christ.
It really is,
right?
Yeah. In fact, in the vegan movement, because most of my friends are vegan, a lot of them, they're saying, I kind of turned my back on Christ, and now I'm getting back into Jesus because of this movie.
Wow.
And I was like,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow, see there, it all comes to, see, this is that missing link.
Jesus wasn't supposed to be, God damn it, I don't want to get into a theological thing, but Jesus wasn't literally looking to be worshipped. He was looking for people to follow his teachings, and his teachings were about compassion, charity, sacrifice. He himself was the sacrificial lamb, so that we no longer sacrifice animals. Like, that's hammered hard in the Bible.
I didn't even connect that shit.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, he was the last sacrifice for God.
Right. And that's where that whole thing.
That's the whole thing. That's why he's the Lamb of God.
Oh my God. That's
yes. Like it's like this is shit that I've been dealing with my whole life, 20 years long, and before.
So how did it come to you though?
Well, I went to Catholic school and I started asking questions, and I went vegetarian when I was about 15.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, I'm not buying that. There's something that had to like come.
There was there's lot, something. But honestly, what it ended up being is that like I was trying to do right. I was just saying like I was going to school. People asked, "What's your philosophy?" And we were asking these questions, And I was reading a lot of German philosophers, and they're talking about this shit. I'm like, I'm just against violence and oppression. And actually, I went to a party, and a meat eater, I was vegetarian, I was trying to eat, like, eggs from special hens, from special fucking backyard chicken, that type of stuff, or like Sonoma County, the guy knows all the names of his cows, and it's the right way. Like that Joel Salatin character, I read, the guy, Michael Pollan, who wrote a book about that Joel Salatin, I met Michael Pollan, and I was thinking about these things, and then I was at a party, and this guy just called me a hypocrite, and I'm like, huh? Yeah, you're being a hypocrite because if you're against violence and oppression, and look what's happening in eggs and dairy, and just look it up, like it's horrible. Like you can't tell me you're against violence and oppression. He said violence is a symptom of oppression. Violence is oppression's the problem. Slavery is the problem. Violence is the result. And I was like, and I went home. The next day I went vegan because I didn't like feeling like a hypocrite. And it's funny because a meat eater told me that. Not a vegan activist, not a vegan movie, not a cool documentary. And back then, 20 years ago, we didn't have shit, man. There was no like...
Yeah, there's nothing.
No,
and it wasn't even vegan. It was vegetarian.
Usually.
It wasn't vegan.
Almost always.
Vegan is a new term.
Well, vegan came around now after 20 years. I mean, vegan came around 1944 in response to World War II and the horrors that they saw there. The Vegan Society started in 44 as peace.
I didn't know that. I thought it was.
That was new,
well,
yeah.
Even Cam, I was listening to Cam in an interview on a podcast. He didn't take it back to 44. It was more. I can't remember the year, but he said it was a recent term that was created.
44 was when it started. So like they talked about Pythagoras and Jesus. They weren't calling themselves vegan, obviously. The term came out way later because like in response to the violence that people saw in World War II, and especially the Holocaust stuff. So they're like, so we just used the boxcars, everything, all that was made for animals. We just put humans into that. That's what that was. Then why is it okay for animals? Doesn't make sense. And so that's where like the first like vegan philosophers and shit started. A guy named Leslie Cross. That you can go back and read that stuff. It's pretty cool. And a lot of people who get really into vegan movement stuff will read them because they're talking about peace aims and the goals for world peace. And again, though, who won? It seems like in 1960s we had two groups we had the capitalists who wanted to make lots of money off of dead animals, and we had these vegans over here who were like, no, let's go back to before what it was like.
Yeah, they weren't gonna win.
No, the money people win.
Yeah.
But look around, man. It's like I've never been to the center. I guarantee you, the Emeralds, right? I used to work at MGM Grand. Emeralds is a fish company, and there's all these dead animals around us all the time. I worked in hospitality for 25 years, I think. Always around dead animals as a vegan. I mostly worked big casinos and bars and hotels, but I always was working around dead animals in restaurants, working with chefs. And always like trying to get vegan stuff on menus. And after the pandemic, I was like, no, I want to be an activist, and I'm not going to do that anymore.
All right. Well, you know what? If you'd like to help me change my menu to vegan,
yeah, I'd be happy to.
I'd love to hear. You come into the kitchen and let's like create some fucking dishes, man.
I'd love to do that.
I'm serious, dude. I'm serious.
I could do that for you.
I mean, because it's gonna take time. I mean, it's it's not gonna happen overnight. I've created like this following now on meat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I completely understand. It's one of those things that's like.
But my shit's tasty, and I could change them. I can change them one by one if it's right.
This is my that's my YouTube channel. You can always find me there. But I'm my name's Sky, by the way.
Sky, my name's Manuel.
Manuel, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Mucho gusto, Manuel.
Thank you, thank
Yeah.
you. So the pleasure is mine.
Yeah.
So where do you hang out, or where do you live, or where,
Well, I mean, right now I'm driving. I'm in Destin. Tomorrow I'm doing activism in Destin. I'll be going to like different chicken restaurants and playing my chicken sounds. I'll be going to Hooters and Chick-fil-A and that type of thing.
Okay, so
Yeah.
where's your chicken truck?
You want to see it? It's right around the corner.
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's right around the corner. It's rad. You're gonna like this. Let me take a quick video of the.
Wow, yeah, I was looking for that.
Yeah, it's a
That
cool.
was amazing.
It's a cool poster.
And look, there's a number on the ear, right?
Yeah, that's a kill tag.
Yeah, I killed that. Just like the Jews, right?
That's exactly what it is. The
Yeah.
tag. One tag tells them when they. I forget. One tag tells them when they came in, and the other tag tells them the day they'll leave.
Where's the other one?
I don't know. That animal doesn't have one on the other ear. I think it's just.
Oh, you're right.
It's usually one in each ear. Mhm.
One when they came in and when they leave.
Yeah, it's one when they come in and one when they're going to slaughter.
Wow.
Yeah, something like that. It's 2 dates, but they don't look like dates. So
right,
it's like
right. It's
just
a
some
number,
code.
right?
Like yeah, I had to park back here. You see it right there. You see it. But you're gonna like this. I'll turn on the chicken noises for you if you want.
No, please don't. We don't want to draw any attention. I got it. I got the idea. I got it.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable. Yeah, and I can't wait for the pig one to come out, man.
Oh God, Jesus.
Yeah, the pig one's gonna blow people away.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's hard enough listening to a freaking lobster in the
I
goddamn
know.
pot, right?
Oh, when they're
Oh,
squeaking.
yeah.
Mhm. Well, I worked at a place called Las Brisas in Laguna Beach, and I was a general manager there. And I remember they put live lobster on the menu, and they would just cut them in the middle, bifurcate them, scoop out their, and then put them on the French top while they're still moving, and it's fucking horrific. Here's my chicken truck. Can you see the?
I see him.
It's a little hard with the.
Man. I see him. Jesus. Well, I mean, hey, look.
Right? What do you think?
I think Christ is coming back. Real
Right?
soon. Yeah.
Look at this guy. See, if it doesn't bother you, then go vegan. Does this bother you, then go vegan. Because with the noise on, it really bothers people.
Uh-huh.
So.
Wow.
Yeah, you want a vegan starter kit?
Yeah, okay. I want you to come help me transform my menu.
I could do that. I've been doing that for years.
Have you?
Yeah, man. Hold on, let me get this. All I have back here is vegan
So
starter kit.
you came from California in this thing, or what?
No, this truck lives in Virginia.
So it's a network?
Yeah, PETA's the largest. So People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, PETA, they're the largest animal rights group in the world.
Yeah, I gotta move slowly on this thing. 'Cause
So
my whole business is based on.
well, I'm surprised how quickly it could go and how supportive the community is. So I put this. I usually put this out when I do outreach. One vegan starter kit.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Nice. Well, I mean, please take my number
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
and just call me or text me and your information, and I'll.
So Christspiracy is pretty good. Hell on wheels, man. And you should see it when it's like when you want to play the sound?
I can't
It'll wake up the neighborhood. And then you want to see the chicken truck. You want to hang out and talk about Jesus and veganism. So I ended up doing outreach after the movie. Pretty awesome. I did not see that coming. Wow. He's like, oh, that movie was so incredible. Oh my God. I said, are you vegan? He says, I am now. I run a restaurant. I want to convert my restaurant to being vegan. Oh my God. And then we ended up talking about he wants to turn his restaurant into a vegan restaurant.